Welcome to my page once again. Today we are going to look at exponential equation of indices leading to quadratic equations. And here we have question 1 to 4 that we need to find the value of x. So let's start straight away. When you are given questions such as this, so number 1, we have 2 raised to the power of 2x minus 6 bracket 2 raised to the power of x plus 8 equals to 0. So from here, you will see that since it involves powers, what your mind should tell you straight away is indices. And therefore, you have to make this expression to have something like 2 raised to the power of x. And then you will later try to substitute it with another alphabet which will aid you in finding the solution of x. So let's go. We can rewrite 2 raised to the power of 2x as 2 raised to the power of x all in bracket power 2 minus 6 into 2 raised to the power of x close bracket plus 8 equals 0. So it is simple, and let's follow it closely. Now we have gotten this one to look like this. The 2 raised to the power of 2x is now been separated to 2 raised to the power of x bracket power 2. So if you multiply 2 times x, you will still return back to the original question. So when you have this expression, you say let p is equals to 2 raised to the power of x. Now whenever you see 2 raised to the power of x, you write p. So you now have p into what? This place, it will be p squared minus 6p plus 8 equals 0. You can see we have reduced the exponential equation to purely quadratic expression. So let's find the value of p before we go further to look for the value of x. And therefore, we factorize. By factorization, how do you factorize? You multiply the coefficients of p squared by the last number. The coefficients of p squared here is 1. 1 multiplied by 8 is still 8. That is 1 multiplied by 8 is 8. So what we are going to do is to look for the value, the factors of 8 that you will multiply. You will have plus 8. And when you add the 2 factors, you will have minus 6p. So first of all, you can find the factor of 8 by dividing it like this. 2 into 8, we have 4. 2 into 4, 2. 2 into 2, 1. You get it? So we now have, these are the factors of 8. So we pair it so that when we multiply, we have plus 8. When we add, we have minus 6p, minus 6. So 2 times 2, we have 4. And the last one is what? 2. This one, I'm telling you how you can factorize a quadratic expression. So, but now if you add plus 4 plus 2, you have plus 6. That is not what we are looking for. So we have minus 4 plus 2. Once you multiply, you will have minus 8. That is not what we are looking for. This is not, this is not. So you go further to change the sign, minus 4, minus 2. Let's add it. Minus 4 minus 2 will give us minus 6. And minus 4 times minus 2 will give us positive 8. And that solves our problem. Therefore, you rewrite this expression as p squared. You can take any of this one first. Minus 4p minus 2p plus 8 equals 0. Can you see it? Equals 0. So we factorize. What is common to here? Factorize here and here. That is how to factorize. Factorize this one. This goes, this goes. So we have p common to all of them. P into p squared, we have p minus, you write the sign, into 4p, we have 4. What is common here? We have minus 2. Minus 2 is common. We have p minus plus is minus. 8 divided by 2, we have 4. Then equals 0. So let's come back here so that we can see it perfectly. So we can now write p minus 2, which is p minus 2 in bracket, and you write one of the bracket p minus 4, all equals 0. Therefore, p minus 2 equals 0, or p minus 4 equals 0. So p is equals to 2, p is equals to what? 4. But we are not looking for the value of p. We are not looking for the value of p. We are looking for the value of x. And therefore, you said when p is equals to 2, what is the value of x? Therefore, because we said p is equals to 2 raised to the power of x, we now have our p now will be 2x raised to the power, 2 raised to the power of x is equals to 2. This is already an index equation. And so we can make this one to be raised to the power of 1. 2 raised to the power of 1 is the same thing as 2. So we have x equals 1. That is number one value of x. So when p is equals to 4, what is our x? Remember, your p is equals to 2 raised to the power of x. And 2 raised to the power of x equals 4. So, but there is 2 raised to the power of something will give you 4. So you go further to write 2 raised to the power of x is equals to 2 raised to the power of 2. Like I said before in my previous video, base is equals to base equate powers, and x is equals to 2. So the two values of x is 1 and 2. That solves the whole expression. It's simple, but you need to apply little knowledge of quadratic equation and factorization. I believe how to factorize the quadratic expression is clear. And so let's go to the next question. As we have number 2, which is 2 raised to the power of 2x plus 1 minus 5 into 2 raised to the power of x plus 2, all equals 0. So like we wrote before, this one can be further simplified. 2 raised to the power of 2x multiplied by 2 raised to the power of 1 minus 5 into 2 raised to the power of x plus 2 equals 0. I hope you are following. So let's rewrite this expression as 2 raised to the power of x into 2 multiplied by 2 minus 5 into 2 raised to the power of x plus 2. So let's substitute 2 raised to the power of x with a value. Let y equals 2 raised to the power of x. So whenever we see 2 raised to the power of x, we substitute y. So in here now, we have 2 raised to y raised to the power of 2, that is y squared, multiplied by 2 minus 5 into y plus 2 equals 0. So everything will be 2 multiplied by y squared. We have 2y squared minus 5y plus 2 equals 0. This is quadratic expression. This is a quadratic expression that we need to factorize, or by completing the square method, or by using by quadratic formula to get the value of y before we can look for the value of x. So using my usual way of factorization, by factorization method, we said you multiply the coefficients of y squared by the last number to get a value. So when you multiply it, you have 2 times 2 will give us 4. That is plus 4. So you look for the 2 factors of 4 that you will multiply and get 4. Then when you add them, you will have minus 5. Note this particular place. Find the factors. First of all, you multiply the coefficients of y squared by the last number. The coefficients of y squared here is 2. 2 times 2 is plus 4. Plus 4. You understand? Therefore, what are the coefficients? What are the factors of 4? That when you add them, you will have minus 5. So if you divide 4 by the factors, you will have 4, 2 into 4, 2, 2 into 2, 1, and that is so. So what do you have? You have 2 times 2, 4. 2 plus 2, still 4. There is no way you will change the sign in front of these 2 factors that will give you minus 5. So what you do is 4 and 1. So if you add minus times minus is plus. Remember, we are looking for this. What we will multiply to give us plus 4. And when we add them, we'll have minus 5. So minus 4 plus minus 1 will give us minus 5. And so that is the answer. Minus times minus is plus. 4 times 1 is 4. So we use this to substitute, to rewrite our expression. We have 2y squared minus 4y minus y plus 2 equals 0. So what is common here? We have 2y. 2y is common into this. You have 2 here. Factorize these 2. Factorize these 2. What is common here is 2y. 2y into 2y squared have y minus 2. What is common in this expression is minus 1. Minus into this, minus 1 into this, we have y. Minus plus, we have minus. 2 divided by 1, we have 2, and that gives us 0. So you can go further to write 2y minus 1 in bracket y minus 2 equals 0. So let's find the answer to this. We have 2y minus 1 equals 0, y minus 2 equals 0. So 2y equals 1, y is equals to 1 over 2. And here, when this one crosses, 1 minus 2 crosses, we have y equals 2. But we are not looking for y. We are looking for the value of x. So when y is equals to 1 over 2, what is the value of x? Remember, we substitute let y is equals to 2 raised to the power of x. And therefore we'll bring it here. 2 raised to the power of x equals 1 over 2. Remember, there is a law in indices that this one can be changed to another. We have 2x, 2 raised to the power of x is equals to 2 raised to the power of minus 1. Base is equals to base, equate power. And so the value of x is minus 1. When y is equals to 2, what is x? We have 2 raised to the power of x is equals to 2. You can make this one to be power of 1, because anything raised to the power of 1 is that thing. And therefore, your x is equals to 1. So these are the values of x. It's as simple as ABCD. If you want to go through it once again, you can go through it. You can go through it. You can go through it. So let's do another one. Number 3. Number 3. Well, number 3, is 5 raised to the power of 2x plus 4 multiplied by 5 raised to the power of x plus 1 minus 125, all equals 0. All equals 0. So let's solve this one quickly. We can rewrite this expression as 5 raised to the power of x, everything in bracket 2, plus 4 into 5 raised to the power of x multiplied by 5 minus 125 equals 0. So whenever we see 5 raised to the power of x, we substitute with another letter. Let 5 raised to the power of x is equals to p. Let 5 raised to the power of 5 is equals to p. Therefore, p squared, if you put into this, becomes square, plus 4 times 5 is 20. You put your p here, minus 125. Minus 125. So we now have quadratic expression that we can find the value before we can solve for x. So like I told you before, what is the coefficient of p squared here? Multiply it by 125. So it's 1. The coefficient of p squared here is 1. 1 multiplied by 125 is still 125. By factorization method, then we now have minus 125. Whatever that we multiply to get minus 125, and when we add them, we will have plus 20. Plus 20. So let's try and check if we can get the factors of 125. What can go into this? We have 5, 5, 5 into this. We have 2, remember 2, take it here, 5, 5 again, 5, 5 again, 1. So we now have 5, 5. We can try to multiply them and join them together to bring other factors. The factors of 24 are the number that can divide 125 without remember. So when you say 5 times 5, we have 25, and we are left with 5. So with these two factors, let's try to assign plus or minus and see what we'll get. If we have, because you have plus 20, always add plus in front of this one, of the higher number, and add minus in front of the lesser one, because once you multiply this, minus times plus, you have minus. 125 times 5, you have 125. And so, but plus 25 minus 5, you have plus 20. And that solves your problem. So we have p squared minus 25 plus, remember plus, and minus 5p minus 125 equals 0. Don't be confused. This is how to factorize a quadratic expression. We have what is common here. You pair them, these two, these two, these two, these two. P is common to all of them. P into p squared will have 1. This is plus. You write your plus. 25. 25p divided by p. P cancel p, remember 25. So what is common here? We have minus 5. It's common to all of them. Minus 5p divided by minus 5, we have p minus minus, we have plus. 125 divided by 5, we have 25 equals 0. So once you factorize and you have the bracket are common, this is common to this, you are ready to go. P minus 5, this p minus 5 in bracket, p plus 25. Everything equals 0. So p minus 5 equals 0, p plus 25 equals 0. So what is the value of p? P is equals to 5. P is equals to minus 25. But we are not looking for p. We are looking for x. We are looking for x. Remember, we said 5 raised to the power of x is equals to p. Now we have gotten the values for p. So let's find the value of our x. So when p equals 5, 5 raised to the power of x is equals to 5. Then, and this can be raised to the power of 1. 5 raised to the power of 1 is the same thing as 5. Therefore, base is equals to base equate power. So x equals 1. When p is equals to minus 25, what is the value of x? Because we have minus here, this expression cannot be simplified further. This expression, once you have a negative value as this, you cannot go further. There is nothing like negative of log. So once you have p, see, cannot be solved further. So the value of x is 1. So this you can also, because if you have 5 raised to the power of x is equals to minus 25. So you cannot raise this one to a power because negative is being attached to. So you leave it at this format. See, this can't be solved, can be simplified further. So with these few examples, we are left with the last one. The last one, if you want to solve it yourself, you can solve, but just apply the same method which is number 4. This number 4, 3 raised to the power of 2x minus 4 in bracket this plus this. It's still the same method. So once you apply the same method, you will get it right. Don't rush. Whenever you are solving mathematics, always cool down and you will get the right answer. So bye and see you in the next video.